Hi everyone, this is Caster for this first instance of Etheirys Radio and FF14 podcast live on Geneva. I hope everyone is doing well. I am doing well and I'm happy to meet you for this first episode of our podcast. Donc je suis Charles Lancaster et je suis en direct de Geneva pour notre premier podcast sur Final Fantasy Etheirys Radio, ou Radio Etheirys en français. J'espère que tout le monde va bien pour notre premier épisode. Je n'aurai pas d'invité pour le moment ce soir, mais je vais vous expliquer ce que nous avons au programme. Donc, nous allons commencer par parler un petit peu d'actualité de ce qui se passe présentement sur Final Fantasy XIV. First, we will start with some news regarding the game, Final Fantasy XIV, and after we will go check the weather forecast for Etheirys, and after I will open the discussion about my experience in MMO. Donc, actualité, bulletin météo et ensuite une discussion sur les MMO et mon parcours de jeu. Donc, salut Sonic, salut Babylone. Frost ne sera pas là, il n'est pas disponible ce soir. Là, j'ai dû avoir des petits changements d'horaire considérant la situation qui s'est passée sur Vision. On stream un petit peu plus tôt que d'habitude parce que tantôt je vais aller regarder le membership stream de Bijou parce que j'adore Bijou. I'm a Pebble. Donc, débutons immédiatement. Notre aventure. On va mettre un petit peu de musique. Donc, si vous ne l'êtes pas joueur, Final Fantasy XIV est un MMORPG fait par Square Enix dans l'univers de Final Fantasy. Il s'agit du 14e opus numéroté de la série. Et présentement, nous sommes à la fin d'Endwalker, en attente de la prochaine extension qui s'en vient l'année prochaine. Donc, niveau actualité, eh bien, c'est une semaine assez occupée pour Final Fantasy, car présentement, on est en train d'avoir l'événement anniversaire du jeu. This is the special week for the 10th anniversary of the game. Donc, jusqu'à la sortie de la 6.5, nous sommes en événement de la fête de commémoration pour célébrer le jeu, ce qui implique plusieurs petites activités dans le jeu, des petites quests qui sont disponibles, qui peuvent donner une monture, une belle petite peinture affichée dans la maison et des musiques pour l'orchestrion. Donc, we are currently the special event for the 10th anniversary of the game with a new month that will be only accessible during that event. Donc, clairement, là, je veux dire 10 ans pour le jeu, c'est quand même quelque chose de beau pour un MMO, se rendre au 10e anniversaire. On en est quand même bien content de voir ça et on souhaite encore là, de nombreuses années avec le jeu qui vont venir dans le futur. Ensuite, nous avons l'événement d'été qui vient de se terminer. Mais j'espère que tout le monde a eu du fun à le faire. Sinon, nous avons aussi présentement l'événement Tombstone, l'événement plus communément connu comme l'événement un peu là, des Memo Mugs, pour aller chercher une sorte de monnaie qui est dans une période temporaire avant une prochaine patch majeure pour aller chercher des mondes que vous n'aviez pas nécessairement. Donc, c'est le moment d'aller profiter de cet événement pour aller farmer les Mémomogs et aller en chercher pas mal. Présentement, les gens vont faire, surtout Pandemonium, le premier raid de Endwalker en mode normal pour farmer environ 3 tombstones environ 3 minutes 30. Sinon, il est aussi possible d'aller faire des événements de Pandemonium reliés à la MSQ, faire le donjon de la MSQ pour 14 mémomogs pour une période quand même vraiment plus longue. Je recommande quand même d'aller faire ceux du raid. C'est probablement la meilleure idée présentement. Et il y a quand même pas mal de choses que vous pouvez aller récupérer. On a aussi dans le courant de la patch 6.5 l'événement Final Fantasy XIV et Fall Guy qui s'en vient. In the patch 6.5, we are gonna have the collaboration event between Fall Guy and Final Fantasy XIV with some event at the Ghost Saucer. Yeah, of course. Avec des récompenses exclusives, some exclusive reward will be available during that event. And also, you can currently go and play the Fall Guys version of the event on Fall Guy and play with some of the characters of the Final Fantasy XIV. So I hope everyone will have fun into that event on both games. Otherwise, we are going to see in the next few weeks. Oh, you can buy a lot with this memo mug. Let me share that with you. I'm gonna post a link into the chat. Yeah, Tombstone, yes. We have, of course, some parasol, some anniversary framework kit for your characters, some hairstyle, but some of them drop also on Zamnor or can be bought with Wolfmark. So check the file I have put in the chat for everything we can buy with this tombstone, and also see what are the available dungeon and raid for the end. So and currently it is not possible to spam Valderum dungeon with the blue mage. Sorry about that. So it is not possible to farm that thing right now, and we'll also put that thing on the stream. Give me a few minutes. This is all the content you can currently get during that event. Yeah, a lot of exclusive things. So when reading that file, I will pin it into the chat. But check to see if it is, example, written also dot, and you are gonna see where it's also possible to obtain that thing. Some of that stuff is also on a market board, so maybe it's will be a good thing to check if it's not simpler or less expensive in time or money to buy those on the market board or doing some farm in other part of the game. But if nothing is right, like for the this two, if nothing is written there, it's an exclusive thing for this event. So, other news in the Final Fantasy community. Right now, we are gonna soon have near the end of October, on October 21 and 22, it's gonna be the FanFest in London. So Maybe we'll have some new announcement on the game in the next extension, Down Trail, at Diamond, but the final, we weren't going to have the most of the information next year during the Japan Fan Fest. That will be, let me check, in January, I think, or February. I don't know. Can someone in the chat know when it is the Japanese Fan Fest? I don't have that information on me. So, other news in the Final Fantasy community. Thank you, Sonic. January 7. Yeah, we need more of the trailer, of course. I can't wait to see more of that trailer. Non, effectivement, ce n'est pas possible de gagner. Ben, tu peux peut-être être chanceux et tomber sur de quoi un des donjons qui en donne, mais ce n'est pas de quoi d'automatique. Tu peux quand même tomber sur le raid de manière aléatoire avec les gens que tu queues sur quelque chose qui va te donner les tombstones, mais ce n'est pas garanti. Vaut mieux aller dans le PF. If you want to farm the tombstone, the best thing to do is go in the party finder and find a party that's gonna farm that for maybe 1 hour or 2. So, I don't have any more news on the Final Fantasy 14 game. So let's go to the weather forecast. Yes, you can, but not with the duty one. By the duty roulette, the daily one, it will not be possible. But you can select the specific dungeon in the duty support. Yeah. But you can maybe get lucky. Yeah, I'm gonna be Colette à la météo. So currently, in Gridana it's clear sky, but we see in the forecast some first skies and maybe some rain later tonight in Gridania. For Limsa, it is clear sky currently, and maybe except some cloud and some fog tomorrow. And it's gonna be raining during the night. For Ulda, it is currently cloudy, but except clear skies in a few hours. And on the far east at Kugane, it's currently fair skies and maybe except some fog later in the night in the next hours. And for my friend currently fighting in Zanor, it is quite windy currently. And except thunder and snow this night. So I remember that the podcast is commanded by the Tetaro shop in Castrium. Remember to always talk to Tetaro for your need in clothing. And now, we're gonna go in the discussion part of our podcast. My name is Sheldon Caster, and I play Orion Valerian, and I will talk to you about what I have done in my life of gamer while playing MMO. Sorry for the little bit of lag. That's gonna be over soon. So, I started playing 14 during Evansward, and I have took a break during Stormblood, and I play non-stop since Shadowbringer, and I plan to continue to play non-stop for Dawntrail. Final Fantasy 14 is, I will say, the first MMO I put a lot, but thousand and thousand of hours on it. I have start playing MMO with World of Warcraft, like a lot of people. A lot of people have played World of Warcraft during Burning Crusade, and I quite like it playing WoW. Okay. Do you remember Best Buy, guys? But I know Best Buy is still living, but you remember when Best Buy was still slaying game? Walmart was still selling game, and I don't talk about Q game at the register or like what is right now, but and especially when they are selling a PC game. You have a PC gaming shelf into the Walmart, into the electronics section. That was quite nice, and I'm remembering well going to the Walmart with my parents and mother, and going to the electronics section just for seeing game. Maybe it was during, let's say, when I was starting my high school, and you go to the Walmart, and in the PC gaming section, you see a lot, but a fucking lot of World of Warcraft box, base game, the extension, Burning Crusade, all into their box, big box. Not the shit thing we have right now, but big box PC game. And wow, I was amazed seeing, like, on 2 or 3 meters, seeing big box of the same video game with the artwork with Arthas on the Lich King. That was amazing. I fucking like big box. Big box are great. That's a lot of big box. This is a lot of fucking big box. And seeing the Lich King and the Word of the Lich King, the artwork of this box is fucking great. Let me show that to you. This thing looked great, seriously. This thing looked great. Okay? Seeing that at the Walmart when you are in high school, this look sick. This guy looked sick from my young self, and it is still looking sick. The Lich King is one of the, how can I say that? The Lich King, le roi Lich, on s'entend là que c'est l'un des persos, one of the characters, the most emblematic of World of Warcraft and of video game in general. A lot of people who doesn't play video game, doesn't play World of Warcraft, know the Lich King. They have seen this picture, they have seen this face, they have seen this mask, this face, this mask, and this sword. This is something mythic. And for some reason, this thing is fucking epic. This thing is sick. So yeah, I was at the Walmart seeing all of that World of Warcraft box. I wanted to play WoW, but don't really have that much money because WoW was subscription based, and for myself, my maybe 40 years self paying $15 a month for a video game with a credit card was something I was not really able to do. So I was not really able to play WoW, but I have played other Blizzard game, and in that Blizzard game box, example in Diablo 3, in StarCraft, you have some card to try WoW for a few days. So I try WoW for a few days. I like my experience, and I find here with one of my friends we go and we have played on private server. Yeah, that was not fucking legit, and that thing was not legit. But I have played some WoW in private server. Quite fun. I'm playing with the Horde. I love the Horde. I don't want to play fucking aliens. But I was still fucking in a situation where every time someone or some of my friends wanted to play WoW, oh, I want to be in the aliens. I was like, oh, come on. I don't want to play a fucking dwarf again. So happy, Morgan. You can call me a fucking furry. So yeah, WoW has been one of my first games. I love playing dwarves, but I want to play something else. I wanted to play an orc, a troll, some stuff like that. I don't want to only play dwarf and an elf. I want something else. And since at that time war was divided between Horde and Alliance, and you can play with your friend in the other group, and class, some other class are some of them of block with your race. So yeah, finally, if you want to play something, you have quite of limited option. At that time, we don't have the panorama, so you can choose later which faction you want to join. I have heard that right now that thing doesn't really exist anymore with the new system in WoW. But I didn't play WoW for maybe like 5 or 6 years, so I don't know what the game is looking right now. So after I've playing WoW, I play another MMO. This is going to be an episode of my podcast for my story of which MMO I play. So hi everyone, my name is Charles Lancaster and I am a French-Canadian VTuber, and tonight I am doing my first episode of this podcast, Etheirys Radio, where I talk with my MMORPG stories and live. Donc je suis Charles Lancaster, un VTuber québécois qui vous parle ce soir de différents MMO qu'il a joué et qui attend patiemment le membership stream de Pichu. So, okay, in the chat, what do you think was my second MMO? Wizard, no. It was Terra. Star Wars, the MMO will come later. But I have played quite in the same period. I have played Terra and Ion. Yep. Had some fun. Not the best MMO, but still had some fun playing those. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I played those. But I will not say I have played a lot of these two games. And right now in my mind I kind of confused the two because I play in the same time at the two, so I don't remember which one is one. Some of the two, one was great and the other less great. After that, I play a game I have played with Avalon last year's Guild Wars 2. My first MMO I really bought because it was not a subscription based MMO, and Guild Wars 2 was amazing. Guild Wars 2 is a great MMO. It's still a great MMO with an economic model that I find great. So you buy a game one time and no subscription, but you still have cosmetic stuff in a shop, online shop. But playing just with the base game is quite a fun. So a great MMO. The leveling experience is awesome in Guild Wars 2 because you simply travel to the map, and the map have a lot of event and stuff to do on each of the zone. So great experience. I really love playing Guild Wars 2, and I returned to Guild Wars 2 last year with some of the people currently in the chat. So maybe we can continue that maybe later, because quite a fun. Sincerely, quite a fun into playing to those games. So next MMO I played a lot, and I will put that into stream. This game was not so great at that time. Star Wars: The Old Republic. I have pre-ordered this game. Play on EU server with some member of French community I was part of at that time. The story was great, the gameplay was great, but the game kind of died really fast. After a few weeks, less and less people are doing the content. You go into a new zone and it's quite empty. Great if you want to kill some mobs for your quest. Not so great if you want to see people and not get insta killed by some tough encounters. And don't talk to me about the queue time. So yeah, a great game. I play few months, but I cancel my subscription after that because yeah, that was not something that I really I can play with no other players. So, but I have heard the MMO right now is great. It's still free to play. I've been put free to play, I think, after maybe 1 or 2 years after launch. Right now, I have heard the game is great. So maybe I'm gonna check that another day. Any people in the chat have played on Republic? Oh, that's cool. Okay, another MMO, I think it is one of the two last one, or maybe one after that, I have played before joining Final Fantasy 14. Lord of the Ring Online. I have played that. Uh, let's see. I don't have really good memories of that one. I think I have some fun playing it. But I switched to 14, so maybe that says something. Yeah. The concept was great, but I think the gameplay was not perfect. I don't know. Seriously, I don't know. I think my friend just switched the game. Just switched the game. So yeah. Because I've and even when I start playing 14, I start to play 14 because a few of my friends was playing 14 and they go, "Oh, Charles, you have to come to 14." And I was okay. Uh, now I have a job, I have money, so why not? So I start playing 14, and that was great. And after I have made new friend in the game, and I found an NFC that I need right now. But I was for a long time, and I'm still more social player. So if my friends switch game, I'm gonna switch game. But I don't think about switching about on 14 right now because I've met a lot of friends on 14 in a good community. But when you don't have really other people into the game, and you are just like with your IRL friends, yeah, they switch game, you switch game. So I have switched from Lord of the Rings. One MMO I want to return. Okay, I want to return. And I will have no issue playing it solo. And it is a game. I know some of the 40 people on Twitch want me to go and play. I know that Simon Bound of GTRP want me to go, and it is one of the best MMO with 14 right now. It is Eve fucking Online. This game is great. I have a lot of fun playing it. This shit is fucking complex. Why I don't play EVE Online anymore, and I have kind of afraid to go in EVE Online. This game is really big, and take a lot of investment in time and maybe in money too. And I don't have the time to put into this MMO. But I will like this MMO because you are fucking. It is an MMO for people who like to play with Excel and spreadsheet. That's me. I like the politics behind that. I like the kind of role play that people have that are not really role playing, but that like relation between all the faction. I like that thing. That thing is great. The game is great, but I don't have the time to put on this MMO. I'm playing 14. I'm playing Baldur's Gate. I'm playing Holocure. I'm streaming. I don't have time to go play EVE Online, but I want to. Yeah. Maybe I have some choice to make. But if you don't know EVE Online is kind of a space opera MMO. So you have a ship, and you start doing quests, and you have to farm stuff to buy bigger ship, specialize the content you want to do. It's kind of maybe a unique concept. It's maybe like Elite Dangerous if you want something solo, or the 3X series that I like a lot. So yeah, it's something complex that is based between farming, selling, buying stuff, relation with between corporation like are like maybe like Guild and FC. They act like company, but you can do everything in that game. You can have casino, people do casino. They go in become pirates and attack other people. They maybe can take people hostage. They have mafia in the game. So if you want to not be killed, pay us money. If you don't, you are gonna be killed. You are gonna lose your ship. You may lose thousands of IRL money if you don't pay us. So yeah, That game is great. Not for everyone, but something I will consider returning soon, maybe if I have time. But great game. So another MMO I played, and I think, seriously, I think with EVE Online it is kind of the last one. After that, I have played FF14. This is the PS4 box, but I have played in on PC. I have played during Evansward, so I have kind of done some of the Evansward raid. So with Alexander raid, when they are being put available at the release, lot of fun. Doing Alexander at the release was amazing, fucking amazing. And I still find the Alexander boss, not one specific, but the Alexander, the whole thing, the whole raid, is for me one of the best raid in 14 and the best boss in 14, because basically you are fighting the same boss for all the 12 raid. You are inside him, outside him, inside different part of the Alexander, and yeah, you feel a real progression into that thing. And boss look great. It is in the middle of the map. This is looking sick, and it was really cool to play that at the release when Evansward was the current extension. So yeah, a lot of fun. And let me put a picture of Alexander. Yeah, this look great. If my OBS want to, thank you. No, don't, not that. Let me just do a thing. Yeah, that will not happen again. So yeah, that thing look great. Yeah, I can move. So yeah, that thing look great, and it's fun to play it. After the release of Stormblood, I kind of took a break of Stormblood of Final Fantasy XIV, and I returned to WoW. I returned for WoW for a few months. I play auto game. I kind of stopped playing video game, but I am starting a new job, making new stuff. So I have kind of take a break of MMO, but I was still kind of playing WoW. And after the release, well, no, maybe 1 month before the release of Endwalker, no, not Endwalker, Shadowbringer, I returned to the game, and yeah, the rest is a story, and I'm still in the game. Oh, and you have to note, people in the chat, when I'm drunk, okay, but really drunk, and someone tell me, oh, you should play World of Warcraft, I ends up buying, kind of drunk, World of Warcraft and starting to playing when I'm still drunk, and after a few days, that what the fuck I have done. So the inside joke, like, if I get drunk, don't talk to me about World of Warcraft, because I'm gonna play it, and it's not something I want to do. But maybe I want to do. Let me explain. If World of Warcraft probably need right now to become free to play, or use something similar to Square Enix with 14, and say, Okay, the first 3, 4, 5 extension are free to play without a subscription with this limitation. And after that, you have to pay. Who put just game free to play? I don't know. Because right now, I think I have spoke with people on the WoW community, and right now the game, if you want to play for free, the free trial is level 1 to 20. It isn't fucking MMO. You can do shit at level 20. You maybe have 1 or 2 dungeon, I think. No raid, no fight, no current or near similar near content that are near to be what the current and the last content are. So yeah, but in 14, okay, this is Events War, this is ARR, this will not be Stormblood. This is not the last content of the game, but it's still something that people still play, and you will be able to see if you like how Final Fantasy do its raiding, do its alliance raid, do its high level dungeon at a certain time, and you can have a pretty good trial with 14. Oh, okay, let me drink something. So yeah, with this, I think WoW can achieve better if they put the game kind of free to play in the future. But I don't think that will happen soon. So yeah, I don't know. Wait and see. I will say wait and see. And that's it for which MMO I played. But I will go in open a discussion. I will continue next week because next week I will do a French podcast about on my new show, The Blue Chair. That will be a casual conversation on different subjects with different guests. But next week that will be in French and with Raymond et Théo Bordelot from GTA RP, my server vision that are now gone and gonna be deleted right now. The server has closed, so I'm gonna play maybe an other GTA RP server. But during that time, next week, I'm gonna have a call with two of the player I like to play, two of my friends of GTA. Mr. Frank and Albiro that are playing respectively Raymond et Théo Bordelot, member of the Department of Justice that playing lawyer and attorney on the server. So I'm gonna try to have a call and have a small conversation between all of us about some RP stuff. But what I want to go right now, it is I've played a lot of roleplay thing. I have played some Minecraft, not really in an RP way. But I still have played a lot of Minecraft. I have played a lot of Arma 2 and 3 on RP server, and now I was playing GTA 5 RP. And in a sense, for me, this type of server are kind of similar to things you find in an MMO. They are not really MMO because, and certainly not MMORPG. The player base is not at the level I will call an MMO. 100 player on the server is not at the level of an MMO, but the social interaction is kind of pretty similar because you are playing a character with always kind of the same people in the same universe that is always online. So yeah. Oh, item yes. Happy to see you in the studio. So yeah, what I was saying it it is where an MMO start and where the definition of an MMO end. And right now, I would kind of prefer to talk about some online experience because at the end, it's probably what is matters. It is the fun you have with friend playing online game. Uh, and what is an online game currently is changing a lot with PUBG and from and Outer. I will not say that game because I don't like it. But all the battle royale, um, they are online game with hundreds of players on a server, but they are not MMO. But they are still online game. What make an MMO right now? I don't know. What make the definition of an MMO? Seriously, I would not be able to tell. Most people will say have level, but and spell and stuff like that, but this is an RPG stuff. XP RPG leveling that are more near the RPG and the D&D mechanic. Yeah, but what is a massive multiplayer online? The role playing game, yeah, of course, but the massively online can be problem kind of tricky right now, especially since the game like World of Warcraft do a lot of instance that the game is more like a lobby for each instance. Yeah. But I will clearly say I think yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, I find it kind of debatable, and I'm not really interested in that debate about the definition of a thing. Uh, but yeah, I think most people will be able to agree that what we call MMO right now are an MMO, but I will say that we have other online game that exists right now. When the first MMO has been put online, or not, have not really be technically be possible at that time. But yeah, yeah, it is like the question I ask myself right now. And let me just go and see what is. Yeah, I don't like the game, but on the technical stance, it is an MMO. I don't know because the definition is massively multiplayer. Reading the MMO, the massive MMO Wikipedia page, a massively multiplayer online game (MMO) is an online video game with a large number of players on the same server. MMO usually feature a persistent open world. Actually, there's games that differ. Of course, what is a large number of players? I would personally say more than 500 and maybe 1000, 2000. So I will not call my GTA or Peace server MMO, but they have a persistent open world. GTA 5 have a persistent open world, and if you play a character, even if you don't have really have level, but you still farm stuff and get your gear, it is some kind of an RPG. You are clearly doing a roleplay. So yeah. Otherwise, my point with this is that online experience have changed in the last 10 years, and I will say even more in the last 20 years. And since the beginning of the MMO, we have more online game right now that offer more different type of gameplay than what have been the original spectrum of an MMO. And the point I want to go and close the conversation on that thing, it is that right now, the classic MMO, the classic RPG with a monthly subscription base is kind of dying. We still have classical games that do that, but a lot of other game exists, offer something new, and I find that great. And I can't wait to see what we're gonna have to see in the future. Server are still going to do better stuff. We can still have going to have better processor in the future. So the part of the persistent world and server will be able to have more people on them, offer more stuff to the player to do, and we will probably develop some new technique on the part of the hosting to have more personalization, like personal housing. Final Fantasy do that. You have a similar thing in Guild Wars 2. A lot of game offer players some kind of a gnome, a ship, something personal to do inside this persistent world, and I can't wait to see more of that. People like to be able to share with their friend their house in Final Fantasy 14. I'm currently using my apartment as a studio in 14, and I find that great to have my own space for doing that. So yeah, I can't wait to see what are the future of the MMO, and I will probably continue my venture playing, of course, at 14, and I will explore some of the new MMO. I will not say New World because New World is kind of in a tricky situation right now. But yeah, I've heard of many project. I don't currently remember the name right now. Sorry about that. But I know that some of other MMO are currently in development, and let's wait and see. And the thing that it's difficult when joining an MMO or an online community, like I said, my GTR server just closed, is that you don't want to lose the time investment and money. Choosing an MMO is something difficult because you know you are probably gonna invest 100,000 of hours, 10,000 of hours if you play for many years. You don't want to put that you don't want to put that kind of hours on a game that's gonna die and that people are gonna to stop to play, and it's sad when it happens. So that's one of the things that yeah. Oh yeah. So of course it is, but if I can make friends along the way and don't lose my house and all my stuff, I will prefer that to happen. And just like for the example, for myself, my GTRP server closed, so I still have my character, I still have my friend, but it's sad to see I will not be able to play with other people in this context I have chose. And other example, it is I don't know if you have heard about that, but in the last years, World of Warcraft have closed their server in China with some issue with their publisher over there and the legislation, I think. And they have closed the server, and everyone that play World of Warcraft in China lost the character, lost everything, just because of some business decision between two company. That's kind of fucking sad, and if something happened to me like that, I will be fucking pissed. And that's the risk of playing an MMO. Yeah, it is very volatile, and everything will shut down one day, of course. I know that will never be forever. But yeah, I will prefer an MMO that die of it's good dead after many years, that and when the player count gonna slowly die, then a game closing because of some legislation or business issue or contractual issue between the company and the player to suffer that kind of decision. That's kind of sad. So we are gonna end this stream soon. I want to end it with the mark of the hours. And I'm gonna move to watch Bijou from All Alive. That's gonna watch with her members on her YouTube channel Monty Python, The Holy Grail. And that's kind of funny to talking about that into my podcast because Monty Python and The Holy Grail is kind of an inspiration, finding for a lot of people to going maybe into some kind of fantasy and exploring the fantasy of funny way. A lot of people have put some of the stuff of that movie into their D&D campaign, and we have, I think it is in World of Warcraft, we have an Easter egg with the bunny from Holy Grail. That is mobs or something you can find somewhere in the map about that bunny. The bunny, for people who don't have seen the movie, it's a white bunny, but he is a monster. And all the night of England, okay, you have a big monster. This is the nest of the monster, and they go there and they say this is a bunny. So one of the like, what the fuck is that shit? And go take the sword, go into the pit where the bunny is, and the bunny go and jump at the throat and fucking kill him. The bunny jump and kill everyone. The bunny is on fire and kill everyone to that place. So guys, let's go watch. If you have time, go watch that movie. That is a great movie. And hope everyone had some fun during that first podcast. Next week I'm gonna try to have a guest, and we are gonna talk about some stories of savage raiding. What do you need to do savage raiding, and what funny thing happen when you do savage raiding? So I'm gonna have my guests. To my people in the back of the room, in the studio, I love you. So everyone, take care. And I'm gonna seeing you soon. I think it's Sawa. I think it's leave it in the chat. I think it is. Let me check. Yeah, it is. So yeah, a lot of good thing gonna happen. So yeah. Everyone take care. That was Caster for Etheirys Radio. And remember to follow and subscribe if you want. And I'm gonna see you this weekend for some Holocure and our classical coffee morning stream. So take care everyone. That was Caster. Goodbye.